Hi, Sparrows. Good evening, Sparrows. Halo. Halo to you. Good evening. It is Wisdom Wednesday, and I am Valerie Miller of TVM. This very moment, you have opportunity to change, of course. We all have opportunity to change. And tonight is Wisdom Wednesday's anniversary show. So, of course, hi, Patricia. Of course, it's unscripted. It's going to be whatever comes to mind, just so you know that it's all about gratitude. It's all about me saying thank you to each and every one of you for being a part of this platform, for being in the room continually for the past year. And of course, you know, the platform came to life all because of this one little book, this one book, me sharing my life. And who knew that when I decided to share my story with the world, what was going to come from that? And just to be able to reach more people and touch lives and be a voice for those who didn't have a voice for themselves is the reason why I do what I do, as well as being a conscious lifestyle strategist. So I'm on my own now, entrepreneur. So much has come from releasing this book, and I wanted to at first not have a big fuss about having a big anniversary hoorah or whatnot. However, at the same time, I say, you know what? I'm too grateful for you guys. I'm too grateful for everything that's transpired in the past year, everything that's going on in my life, and how you all are always in the room with me. No matter what's going on, you guys are always there. So I wanted to say thank you, and we're gonna chat about the book some. We're gonna talk about all of the fabulous guests that I've had on over the past year, how things came to be. You may hear some Layla Hathaway in the background, then and now. With that song, you may see on the timeline that one quote from Toni Morrison. Oh my gosh. Between Layla Hathaway, Toni Morrison, and the God that I serve, honey, I'm going to tell you, they were the voices in my head when it came to writing how I became fabulous and a lady all the time. So, any questions you may have, drop them in comments. Any concerns, drop them in comments. Everything, drop in comments. I'm going to need some participation from each of you tonight just to see how well you know me, because I've shared so much about myself over the past year. For those of you who don't know who I am, just looking at the continual numbers of people that now, you know, are my friend here, it blows my mind to have, you know, almost tapped out of all the friend space that I have on Facebook, to be that close to 5,000 friends, and doing everything in my ability to make sure I touch the lives of each and every one of you, because all of you aren't family or friends that I've known over the years. You're brand new friends, and I love you all, and I'm grateful for each of you. So just sit back, relax, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. I want to know just how well you know me. Those of you who have the book, questions on the book, tonight is the night to ask them. And those of you who get the right answers, I'm going to give you 30 free minutes of chat time with me. That's what I'm going to be giving away tonight. So that's how much I love you. To give of my time, priceless. And whatever you want to talk about, whatever's concerning your life, whatever needs to soar your life, is your choice. Okay? It's all up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and put my glasses on, because you know I do not put my glasses on until I need to see. And all of you are coming in. I'm so excited about it. Thank you for joining me tonight. It's a 2-hour show, and we'll see if we make it for 2 hours. However, I wanted to set aside 2 hours, and no guests in particular are going to be coming on. However, if you have been on a show with me and you're in the room, send me an invitation. Ask me to bring you on. I will definitely bring you on. It's not a problem for me to do that. So we can kind of chat it up a bit about our show, where you are now, what do you foresee yourself going, all of that juicy stuff. Also, Sparrows, if you want to come into the room yourself, you have opportunities to come in tonight as well. I want you to be able to come on with me and talk side by side rather than writing into the comments. You have opportunity to come on. So just send the request and I will bring you on. Just make sure you have your phone flipped to the side and your notifications are turned off, and we can talk about it, whatever you want to ask. If you don't want to come on screen, pop your number in comments. I'll call you. Okay? So, thanks so much, everybody, for coming into the room. Welcome. Thank you so much. The comments are coming in. Now I'm going to have to go back some kind of way and see them. So, welcome. Wisdom Wednesday celebrates 1 year. 1 year. And like I said, I'm going to be popping some questions out there to you to see how well you know me, because I share everything with you. I share everything with you. So I want to know, how well do you know me? And I had to take the time today to just jot some questions down, like, oh, this would be juicy to ask. That would be juicy to ask. I wonder if the Sparrows would know. Like I just shared the title of my book. How many of you right now can tell me the title of my book? Tell me the title of the book. And the first one that gets it right will be the first one that won that 30 minutes with me. Angela Kirby, this is the first time you're one of my new friends. Thank you for being my friend, Angela. And thank you for being a newbie. So be sure to put hashtag newbie in comments. All of you who are veterans of Wisdom Wednesday and all of my platforms, be sure to put hashtag veterans as well, and where you're actually viewing from. I like to know where you are coming into the room from, because I've made friends all over the world and it's so exciting. It's exciting. Thank you, Paris Lauren. I miss you. Let's talk soon. So here it is. Here it is. I can't even. Veronica, you know, you knew the title of the book. However, you are the first to put it out there. So I'm going to consider that to be the bonus for you. And even though you are my sister, I'm going to go ahead and give you that 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and give you 30 minutes with me. And like I said, I put it out there that I can change your life in 15 minutes. I can. I really can. So if I'm giving you 30 minutes, you know that's going to be a juicy meeting. It really is. Twana, you in the room. You're in the room. Have you sent me a request yet, Twana? You can always send me a request when you're ready to come on, and I'll go ahead and bring you on. Patricia, welcome to the room. But like I said, is with Wisdom Wednesday, it was just a conversation that, that came to me in Epiphany, just conversations with God. And he came to me and basically said, on September 5th, you are going to go to Facebook and you are going to have a podcast, and you're going to call it Wisdom Wednesday. And my response was, who's getting ready to do that? Not me. Who's going to do that? But guess what? And it was only 3 days out. So on September 5th, I was live here on Facebook. And that was a year ago this past September 5th. So I'm all the way excited. So Australia, Angela Kirby, it's already Thursday where you are. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to spend time with me and the Sparrows tonight as a part of my celebration. I'm grateful for you. Please, let's plan some time so we can have a Zoom call and get better acquainted. Every single friend that I have on Facebook, my quest is to get to know each and every one of you personally. That is my goal. That's my goal. And I'm really making a lot of new friends here lately. I'm grateful for each and every one. New, old, personal, professional, just because. And had a conversation with a new friend as well, from the UK yesterday. He called me just to have a conversation with me and to say thank you for me doing what I do. I just can't be more grateful. I can't be more grateful. And to know that lives are being touched, coming and going, for me just coming on and sharing my life. And sharing my life, starting with this one little book. This one book. Even though it's about me, it's not about me and how it can change the lives of other people, and has. And looking forward to book number 2. It's going to be coming out super soon. Not 2019 though. I've already put a pin in that. It's going to have to hold tight until 2020. It's just way too many things going on. I'm overexerting just a little bit. So I had to kind of back up. And so that's where I sit right now. But this show is going to continue to be juicy. It's unscripted. I'm going to have people dropping in and out of the room, and it's going to be amazing. So get comfortable. If you want to come on, send me a request and I'll bring you on. And I see Twana has already sent me a request. I'm going to bring Twana on. I'm going to approve for her to come into a few minutes. Twana Cotter was one of my earlier this year. And do you have your earbuds?
I do.
I'm going to put them on so we don't have any interference. Hi, darling.
Hello, Valerie. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You have been such an inspiration to me. I am so happy. I think I found you. Someone popped your name in the Women Entrepreneurs, Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs group. And you put us in touch with each other. And I have been blessed every then. Believe it or not, this coach who had, listed out some things that I should do. It's like, I'm not doing all that. I should do. And I came on to your show and I said, oh, she was right.
It was necessary, wasn't it?
You know what? It was strange. I was with her 6 months and it was just a couple of things. I was like, I'm not doing. Yeah, you pay your coach to not do what your coach says.
Coaches serve purpose. They do. For the simple fact, when you align with one that resonate and you can have those conversations with, and they can be true and honest with you about things that can only flourish your business. You cannot, Twana, say, no, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that. Otherwise, you're wasting your time and theirs. And it's only to help you soar.
And everything, and I got so tickled because everything she said you should do. After the show, I came back and was like, oh, Kristen was so right. And but you were such an inspiration, because whereas my mind was like, how I'm gonna do that and fit it in with this and this and this. Mm-hmm. And after I came off your show, I said, absolutely, this can work. And hi, Veronica. Veronica Morris says hi. So hi, Veronica. You were such an inspiration. And so I actually went back, and once I did what my coach said to do, I had so much freed up in my life. It was unbelievable. So
voila. Just like that.
Just like that. So
we kind of have fun doing what we do, And I don't use the term coach too much. However, I use it in the sense of your conscious coach, because I deal with your mind, I deal with your heart, and syncing that together and bridging your birthright gifts. So if you're not living in alignment with what you're supposed to do, you're not living at all. So that's where coach come in for me. So I like to strategize. I'm a strategist. I like putting pieces of puzzles together to make it all fit and be beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
That I love the term. Yeah, you always give me something to take away. Taking that one too.
You can.
If you remember, it was anxiety.
Yes. Yes. Exit, because it's a thing of the past. You have to chop it sometimes.
Yes,
How's that been
absolutely.
going? How's it been going?
Is great. I am finishing up my first Anxious to Resilient group, and
Uh-huh.
I have started to to advertise out there and to the ladies, I do provide anxiety and career coaching to ladies, and I'm
Uh-huh.
starting my next group, so I'm interviewing people and seeing who's going to come on, and I am so happy with the results of that group. And I call them my star people. Um, this is someone that walked in and resigned from her job, dropped the papers to start her own company, and got her first client.
Awesome.
It can't get any better than that. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. So I'm excited.
That's a
I'm so
thrill.
her because where she started, I don't think she saw it. I just don't. I could see when she first said, "No, I'm gonna wait," and I was like, "Oh, but badly to work with you." And I said, okay, we'll wait. She came back 2 months later and said, okay, now's the time. And it's what when I first spoke to her, it is actually when I looked out and saw it
Right.
was kind of what for her, but she didn't see it. And of course, coaching is not always about getting people to where you want them to go. It's just
Exactly.
supporting them. And
It
she
is.
finally, she surprised me because I had no inkling until she came to a session and said, guess what?
You touch lives, and sometimes you don't know that you are. It's just speaking from your heart and giving undivided attention to the individual that you're talking to actually hear what they're saying, you know?
Exactly. I had another lady that we were talking back and forth, and she said that after so many years, maybe 20 years, she too quit her job and went to grad school full time. And this year, well, she emailed me back recently and said she's about ready to start applying for jobs. You know, it's amazing when things happen because you don't always know.
You
You say
don't.
things there and you're always looking for something fresh and for something new to put out there for people
Right.
and she went through all this and I didn't know. She just came on and said, you will never believe this, and I am so grateful for you. So
Love it. And congratulations on all of what you're doing, because it does
congratulations.
work.
Yeah, because you're so consistent in what you do. And I remember a fire inspector told me, he said, you can't count the number of lives you save. You always know the one you lose, but you cannot count the number of lives you save. And that's what you do as you're consistent coming in every week. You never know the lives you're touching and the
Oh,
lives you
thank
save
you.
and the hope you give.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. I sincerely
Um,
do. And know you do that too, because there's a lot of people that are anxious and have fears that, they just cannot seem to get over. And meeting you and understanding that phobia a little bit better, it helps me to be a little more quiet in it when someone say they have anxiety. So it just causes me
it,
to dig a little bit deeper and be patient in it and just love on them a little bit more just to get them through what that they're dealing with because of that relationship with you. Because I've never had a one-on-one with someone who said that they have problems with anxiety to that level. However, having experienced myself one time, it just comes out of the blue. It's no warning. It's no warning. And having that experience, then now it's easy to empathize because of having it.
yes, because some people wake up every day. Every day it's waiting on them as soon as they wake up in the
Oh my goodness.
morning.
So I
And so
applaud
it's
you.
just
Yeah.
yeah, it's great to be to show people, not just tell, but
Mm-hmm.
to show, because 15, 20 years ago, I would never have done this. I would
Mm-mm.
never. I would
Mm-mm.
take you, there would have been no way.
No.
We would have met in writing, but that was about it.
But you know what? If neither of us had made the step to say yes to what it is that we're doing right now, it's not even possible for our paths to have crossed.
True,
Think about
true.
it.
It's very
So I'm grateful for every decision made. And I was speaking about that this morning on, TVM Inspirations that is on at 7. But here lately is just whenever I can get on in the mornings because doing, caregiving with family. So the thing is, when you make decisions and you tell yourself yes to something that you're feeling uncomfortable in, it's the biggest blessing you can ever give yourself because you have
It
no
is.
idea where it's going to
Absolutely.
go, how it's going to unfold. But then you look up again and then it's been a year later and you
And
celebrate
let
it.
me say this because I talked about inspiration.
Hmm.
I've known for a while that I wanted to write a book.
Yeah.
And sometime after we spoke, I actually came up with my title,
Congrats.
putting it out to the universe because it is time. It is, I've spoken now to probably 100 to 150 ladies, and
Commitment.
it's time. It is just that time. So I can also thank you for that as well. I've put a title on it. I've shown you my picture, and I've put a title on it, and
Once you start writing, there is no ending to it. And I put a note on my timeline about Toni Morrison, and it just broke my heart in
yes.
two when she passed because she was one of my inspirations. And I wrote about her in my book. I wrote about her and Layla Hathaway. So that's where the platform Matters of the Heart came from. Me writing literature and loving music so much because even though it's two different vices, they speak to the heart and they save lives, they change lives from writing music and writing books and stories and sharing your stories, right? So I paid homage to her on my timeline because it's out of the blue when I was deciding if I was going to write the book or not, because God had already said, write the book. I'm like, no, not sharing my business to the world. No, I don't see that happening. But of course, it's finished, it's published, right? But Toni Morrison, at the time I was doing full-time interior design, I was home that day working on a project for a client, right? So as I'm working on a client, looking for fabrics, all of this good stuff, and all of a sudden during my Google search, this Toni Morrison quote pops up. I'm not searching for that, but she's in the middle of fabrics and light fixtures, all this stuff. So I said, why is Toni Morrison quote in the middle of my search? So I'm looking at it and it says, if there's a book you want to read and can't find it, you must write it. I'm like, oh my
Absolutely.
gosh, oh my gosh. Now, this is all events that happened in the same day. Had already had a back and forth push with God in the morning about writing the book. Then I see the quote from Toni Morrison. Then I say, okay, you want to play that game? Okay. So if you want me to write the book, you're going to title the book, you're going to tell me the chapters, and you're going to tell me where to start because who knows where to start writing a book? I'm not at the time, not an author. I wrote in my journals. I wrote a lot, but never a book, and threatened to write books with my friends. So, one day my life is so juicy, I'm going to write a book. And guess what? I'm writing and having juicy conversations right now. The things you put in the universe comes back. It boomerangs
Absolutely.
back. So be sincere when you put it out there because it's going to happen. You don't know when it's going to happen or how, but it
Yes.
happens. And just in the same morning, I'm listening to Pandora. I absolutely love Layla Hathaway. Love her. And this particular morning, to me, it was a new song. I hadn't heard it. So the song comes on, Then and Now. The song comes on, I'm listening to the lyrics, and I break down into crocodile tears because the lyrics were so powerful. It was like she was singing the song of my life. And so that's when I said, okay, God, I got it. I'm going to do it because now he's telling me you're to write a song about your life. And it's not about somebody else's story. You're going to share your story and how I became fabulous. And a lady all the time came to life from all those journals that I wrote, all those secret prayers that I talked to God about, all those little pieces of paper and things that recordings that I had in places. I brought them all out, compiled them. 43 chapters later, here it is.
See, now you got me thinking. I have been talking notes to myself for a book for 7 years now. So now I got to go back. Now you be digging. Every time I get homework when I go home. So now I got to go dig up all those talk to task.
I love you that much. I love you that much. Because realistically, your book is written. You've written it in journals. You've recorded it. It's just let God lead you to what needs to go in it. I had an extra 40 chapters I did absolutely nothing with sitting on a folder right now. So I automatically thought it was going to be book number 2. It's still sitting there. Book number 2 is finished. I just need to put the pieces of it together. But my mind is on so many different things. I don't want to put it out until I know it's spot on fabulous. It's got to be better than this one to me, because I challenge myself. And that's a darn good book. It's a page turner. When I read it, I was like, dang, that's a good book. But not because just being, facetious or just trying to be funny. I really sometimes have to go back and read my own book for things that I've done and experiences that I've had to get through things that's now. Because the way of my writing style, I write a bit over here, a bit over there, and you take all the pieces and you put it together. So to read my book for the first time from beginning to end, after putting the chapters together, after putting the headings together, all this stuff, it made for a juicy read. And I was like, oh my gosh. And that wasn't even everything, Twana. So I really want you to get that done. And when you do, you're going to have to come back on the show.
Yeah. Out there now. I have, like I said, I've only shared the title with my sister. I said, because I told her a couple of months ago, I said I'm writing a book. She said, really? I said, yeah. She said, I already got the and she asked her what the title was. She said, all right, now, because she's a writer of the family.
Okay.
I'm the logical, care counselor. I'm that person.
Yes.
She's the writer. She's always been that person. But I said, I've got it. And literally, I want to say when I was working on the PhD, there were times I would just stop the PhD. Right. Because things would come to me about that journey and just about things that I want to share with other people. And I've been doing it on and off now for enough. So I said, it's time. It's that time.
Love it. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. But you're my inspiration, though. That's it right there.
Well, thank you.
I love it. Iron sharpens iron. Sometimes people get caught up with competition and trying to tear one another down.
Right.
And they don't understand synergy. It's iron sharpens iron. When you come together, it's 1 + 1 = 3 or 6 or 12 or 2. Not one subtracts one where we end up with nothing. And that was a thing that I learned, when I first got on with you. Number one, it felt like I knew you forever. But number two, I felt so much more powerful when we got done speaking.
That is awesome.
So much powerful. So much more powerful.
Thank you for that. And I can say that about every single guest that has been on my show, with you being one of the fabulous. Indeed. I'm very particular. And I don't allow anybody on that God don't give their approval of. Because I'm so protective of my sparrows. So every time I bring somebody on, I feel responsible of what is going to be shared here, because now it's been put out to the universe. It's been put out to the universe, and specifically to my followers, which are my sparrows. So I don't want to engage or share something that cannot benefit them in their lives somehow, somebody they know, or something that can cause them to think, ponder, and care a little more about, because you didn't know anything about that before the show. So that's what matters the most to me. So I will forever, I know I will be very particular about who I bring on. And you are somebody that I promise you I felt connected with also. And that's what the platform is about. It's about girlfriends or guys, that's my fellows, guys, just connecting, having conversation, no different than you would be standing in your kitchen. You don't think about that. So it's a platform of conversation. It's not an interview. We're just chopping it up and talking about things that actually matter.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, unscripted. And I will forever be that. A lot of guests will come on and say, well, Valerie, you didn't give me any questions to prepare. I said, because I don't do that. You're not here for an interview. You're here for a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you prepare a conversation to talk to your mom and dad? Do you prepare a conversation for your siblings? No. Your friends? No. You just chop it up. So that's what
Mm-hmm.
I wanted for this space. It's not just another interview that you're going to have that's going to be ask a question, answer a question. You never know. And just let the wind carry us, whichever direction it goes in, because whatever is shared, is conversation, is what need to be had for somebody who's watching somewhere. They needed to hear that. And you can't do that if it's prepared.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I see you just joined. Hi, Alexandria.
Yeah. You see, I take these glasses off so I can't read the comments.
I'm the same way.
I
I'm
take them
sitting,
off.
you can't tell I'm really close to my camera. And then I have
Right.
another light, lights everything up so I can see.
Right. I know the light is so terrible right now. But I say, you know what? I can't fight it. I'm just going to go ahead and jump on. So rather than having these, the reflection in these glasses, I just put them on and take them off, put them on, take them off. But you know what? I am so over the top grateful for you. And I want you to continue to soar high in everything that you do. Everything. And I'm here for you. I'm only a call away. Sincerely.
Exactly. And I'm really thinking just a few moments ago that we really do need to meet in person. It's just
Yeah.
energy is like it is over the phone and over this medium. You know, just think what it's going to be in person.
Nuts. It's going to be combustion, girl.
Is that
Like, what took you so long? My goodness. Yes, but I do. I appreciate you. And, maybe it's something we can do, like partnering and some things. It's excursions and things that I've been talking about for the entire year. And I'm still putting those things together and making sure that I'm meticulous about aligning them properly with the right people to come in, and, where it can start in one place, and having shows, like live shows. I'm going to take it there this coming year with Wisdom Wednesday, Matters of the Heart, as well as Inspiration. Is taking all those pieces and putting it together for a live on location show. So it's going to be where I'm going to bring in some of you guys from different places to carry it off the way I want to carry it off. It's going to be over the top fabulous.
I am looking forward to it because you made that promise and I'm still waiting. I was like, we got to meet. We got to meet. So,
We're going to meet. We're definitely going to meet. It is a must. And I just feel like every person that is sitting next to me is something that's intended to be taken off screen.
mm,
We can meet on screen, but it's going to be taken off screen, because when you have, like you said, synergy like this, it's fabulous to have the internet for what it's used for. It connects
mm,
us in places that we normally wouldn't have access to. However, it's about taking the responsibility and making it a little bit better and taking it off site to bring it back to live time. It's
mhm.
live time, because when you can touch someone, hug them, shake a hand, that's when you're really doing the work.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Listening's one thing. We're grateful for it. But I'm a hugger. I
Yes.
like to hug people.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah.
Say adults need about 30, well, people need 30 to 40 hugs a day
A
to
day.
feel, yes, a day. And we don't get enough,
Right.
because it's social media and people try to get it through social media. They missed it that social
Right.
media just the connection, and you have to take it off stage, off camera,
Yeah.
because that's where,
Yeah. It's
yeah.
going down. It's going down. Okay. But yeah, I've made some of the best friends in the world. It's so many. It's amazing how you pray and you ask for like minds. And then when you get it, it's like God will give one, but he'll take one away. That's not doing the part or filling the shoes of the things that needs to be done. you know? And sometimes I know I wrestle with having to let somebody go, but it's all a part of the growing process. And I love you enough to leave you. I love you enough to let you go because you're not growing here. I'm not growing here. So once you set each other free, now you can soar, you know, the whole reason, season, that thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Yeah.
so it was our right season. And
Yeah.
like I said, I am so grateful because it just was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all came across in the chat room that night. I went, besides it's late, you probably can think I'm crazy because I'm up. You know, I think it was when I
It
saw
was
the
late,
baby,
1 or 2 in
it
the
was really,
morning. But the thing is, I was awake. I was up doing stuff. At that time, I was getting the best work done because it's so crazy during the day. It's crazy during the day. You know, you're connecting with individuals, you're selling your services, you're doing all those things that we do during the daytime. However, the piece is at night and I can really crank it out. I put the music on and I can get some things done. However, we wear, ourselves out a little bit more because we're not getting the rest we need, not realistically, even though we're excited. Uh,
yes.
yeah.
I,
So I've gotten a whole
I,
lot
my,
better with that.
yeah, my writing I do my best writing between 1 and 4 in the morning.
Hmm.
It, it just flows uninterrupted. And I've learned that when it hits, I will just go ahead and write.
Do
I don't
it.
do it every
Yeah,
because, like you say, sleep and rest is very important, especially when you're managing writing. But when it hits, I'll go ahead and get it all out because it's
please.
just there and flowing.
Yeah, because when you feel like you're gonna wait and catch it later, oh, I'll just do it in the morning. It's gone, and you're not gonna
Mhm.
retrieve it. It's too many times I wake up with something juicy, like, oh my God, that's so. Oh my God, I will wake up. I'm not gonna turn the computer on, but I'll grab that recorder on my phone and I put it all on that recorder. Then I feel good. I was like, that is so juicy. Then I can turn over and go back to sleep.
Same here. That's why I
So
started doing my smartphone. I do. I'll stop. I'll like, oh God, I have to say it now, now, now.
that is it. That is it. But I tell you what, Twana, I love you that much. I thank you for coming on. I thank you for connecting. And I thank you for being a friend. I look forward to meeting you in person. I'm grateful our paths crossed. And Wisdom Wednesday is just that. It's bridging gaps, it's connecting people, it's saving lives, touching lives. And it's all a part of becoming and having awareness and sharing that in community, no matter where it is or which part of the world it's in. So I thank you for your contribution to my life and to the Sparrows. I do.
Okay.
And be sure when you drop out, make sure you put your information in comments in case someone needs to talk to you about anxiety or just want to just research you a little bit more. Also, every show that's ever come on Wisdom Wednesday is on my YouTube channel, The Valerie Miller.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a juicy show. Don't forget about that, girl. You can go on there and share that to your page or your website or whatever
I,
you need to do. Because we got
yeah.
down
So
that day.
yes, we did.
Yeah. Love it.
Thank you much to
Yeah.
Veronica. Appreciate it. All right. You take
Yeah.
care.
You too, doll. Love you. Virtual hug.
All right.
All right. Okay, Sparrows. That was Tawana Carter. And I think I see John Hollis has come into the room also. So it's going to be this kind of an evening. The different guests that I've had on over the past year, once they come into the room, I have no idea who's going to be coming because it was so many that I have. So I just kind of tagged them in my post earlier this week. And I know schedules are busy. I did not send out a formal invitation so they could save the date. So the way I have it, again, unscripted, I just came on, shot a video, tagged them in it, put their flyer in there, and said, hey, if you can come drop in and just chop it up with us for a few minutes if you are available. If not, that's okay too. It's okay too. But I just wanted to show some homage and say thank you for all you do. Thank you for being a part of, TVM Wisdom Wednesday, and just grateful. And Sparrows, don't be quiet out there. I don't see where any of you have requests to come on. Don't be shy. Come on. Come on. Patricia. Patricia wants to come on. Miss Wolfork. And she just celebrated a birthday on yesterday. So, what a birthday gift. Patricia Wolfork. Oh gosh. An author. This one here. Poets. I mean, you name it, that is Patricia. Turn your phone to the sign, Patricia, if you haven't. Okay? So I'm looking forward to having her on because Patricia is always doing something amazing, and life is very eventful like mine. So she should be in the room momentarily. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put something else out there, something else trivia. Something else trivia.
Oh, you got me.
There you go.
Hey,
Hi, doll. I was about to pop something
wait
else
a minute.
out in
I can
trivia.
barely hear you.
You can't hear me? Adjust your buds.
I'm adjusting my ear things here.
Do that.
How are you?
Fabulous. How about you? And
I'm
happy belated
great.
birthday. Well, you're still in birthday mode. So happy birthday.
I had birthday lunch today.
Congrats. I'm so
My birthday was
happy.
yesterday.
Yes, happy birthday. Make this year the most fabulous you've never had.
Well, it already has been. I felt very blessed. I did absolutely nothing yesterday.
Oh,
And I went to a class today, and the staff gave me strawberry shortcake.
awesome sauce.
So it was really nice.
Awesome.
Do I have this in the right spot
You
now?
are so perfect right now. So why
Okay.
don't you, okay, you're an author. You had one of the best conversations with me. That was a very intense, heart-wrenching, couldn't believe that I had it on Wisdom Wednesday kind of conversation. And it's all because of you telling your story. So that was an author to author conversation. Whereas with Tuan and I, it
Hmm.
was entrepreneur to entrepreneur, the kind of in the coach, setting. However, you are a fabulous one. I just love you so much. And
I love you right back.
yeah,
I want to be like you when I grow
oh
up.
well, I'm kind of on your
I
I'm
guess
on
I
your
gotta go
tails.
backwards now.
But it's so much juiciness that we can share from each other because you've been writing for a very long time.
Yeah.
You're very intricate and detailed with your writing. And I love it because every time you write a piece and you read it to me, I'm literally envisioning it. Every word that you say,
Well, I'm
every act,
happy.
everything.
I was working on my homework assignment for a creative writing class tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But I did write something about the end of summer. I don't know if I told you about that one
You
the other day or
did.
not.
You did. You read it to
Yeah.
me. And I told you it was
Yeah.
absolutely wonderful. And I'm so
Yeah.
proud of you because just your life story within itself. And Savoring Eden is her book, and you can get it on Amazon. You order that. Order that. Because when I say juicy, when I say twists and turns, and very detailed, almost like you're in the room, fly on the wall kind of detail when you read this particular book. And I'm so proud of you for writing it because I know you had it massed
Thank you
down
so
in your
much.
spirit for so long. And it's a congratulations that you had opportunity to share it with the world because somebody somewhere again needs to hear that story because sometimes we as writers have to be the voice for those who don't have it to share.
Right. Even since I was on, there's a group on Facebook for incest survivors,
Mm-hmm.
and it was offering a mentorship to either be mentored or be a mentor.
Great.
And there was a young girl I was reading, there were about 20 people, and I picked this one young woman. She didn't particularly say what was up, but you could read between the lines because
Right.
she said she only wanted a female mentor.
Okay.
And when we talked, it was like she was just sent to me. There was so much
Blessing.
similarity in spite of the age difference.
Uh-huh.
And she is so powerful. And she's written in a style that when she read a poem to me, I was sitting here crying.
Oh,
I could barely breathe, just wanting to hear it all because it was something I had never heard before. So she
wow.
sent me her manuscript, so I've got to look over it soon, you know,
But look how
and get
you're
back
just
to her.
made, you're shining because
Huh?
you're shining. You've been wanting to do that. And now you have a space where you
Yeah,
can. That's
yeah.
wonderful.
I haven't been able to uh, get the ministry started like I wanted to,
Yet.
but I'm not deterred.
Right.
I still believe it has been God driven.
Mm-hmm.
It's just got to go in His time
It's coming.
and get all of the riffraff out of the way
Yeah.
or
Handle.
find another audience, you
Exactly.
know.
But you never know which way the wind is going to shift you because just like you kind of just walked into this, you don't know what's going to be next for you. So just,
No, we certainly don't.
right. So just
But
stay
I've
the
been so
course.
blessed in spite of so many other little things going on like surgery
Right.
and infections and pain and car accidents.
Right.
God, but look, everybody that was on before,
Pearly whites.
see,
You are so silly. You're so silly.
I'm loving it.
The most
I
beautiful
feel like
teeth
a
in
new
the
girl.
world. The most beautiful. She didn't want to come on the show because she said, Valerie, maybe I should just call you. I said, for what? And then she said, because I don't have teeth. I said, who cares that you don't have teeth? You have a story to share. You need to come on this platform. And just to take it back just a little bit, I met Patricia through LinkedIn. She found a post, something I don't even know what I put up. However, she
I was
saw
just
it
looking for authors, basically. I was looking
and
for
sent a
other authors.
request. Yes, and we linked that
Yeah.
way. And then I put up a flyer for one of the shows I was going to be having, either Wisdom Wednesday or Matters of the Heart Monday. It might have been the Matters of the Heart. And then she replied to it from LinkedIn. She followed me over to Facebook, and then we friended here. And then next thing I know, we have so much in common. I'm talking to her, and then I bring her on the show. Now she's in, my life forever. Yeah.
Yeah, you're my buddy.
Yeah. Not
You are
going
my buddy.
anywhere.
I love you to death.
Love you back.
You know, you inspire me with everything you put on, and you have such peace and joy around you, seems to me. I
Mm.
always see you with a smile.
Yeah.
I know that's not probably the case all the time, but
Yeah.
whenever you're public, no one knows, whatever you're
Right.
going through.
It's
Same
always
with me.
been that
Nobody
way.
ever knew,
Right. I don't put it
you
out on
know.
display. At least once upon a time, I didn't. However, when I learned the power in being vulnerable and transparent and how it heals us and it helps others. So
Yeah.
when I put that book out, How I Became Fabulous, it really changed trajectory of a lot of my thoughts, things that I had secret for the longest time. And yes, smiles. I smile
Mhm.
regardless, no matter what's going on. You'll never know. And anytime you ask me, how are you doing? Fabulous. That's my word. Fabulous is always that. So it's easy to title the book that, How I Became Fabulous and a Lady all the time, because it's all about how I conduct myself and what I do, how I'm, presenting myself in public and actually at all times. So how you see me now, this is me all the time. It's all the time.
Mhm.
It's just finding the grace in everything
There's a
that goes
saying,
left.
yeah, that saying, fake it till you make it, that applies to your outward appearance. If you're not feeling it, fake that too.
Yeah, but
Just
it's
keep
not
that
fake.
inside.
It's just acceptance.
No, I know you're not fake. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, until you reach that level that you are on,
For
you just have to
some,
work at
for
letting that
some,
happen.
you know what I say to
Mm,
that? When you're in alignment of yourself and you can accept who you are, you don't have to fake anything.
right.
Just be who you
True.
are in that present space. When you are yourself all the time, you don't have to think about pretending. pretense is not something good. And I wrote about pretense
No.
somewhat, like
Yeah.
the Pupitos, punk under pretense, engaged as the one.
Oh, I love that part.
Yeah.
I
You
enjoyed
and
your
that.
book. Did you see my review?
Share
Good.
your
Good.
thoughts live of my book.
Huh?
Share what your views were. Not, you don't have to go through it all, but what was your favorite part of the book?
Oh, my favorite part. It's been a while since I read it, and you know I'm old, so I can't remember everything.
We'll talk on Pupito.
But what I did, what I did love about it, I can't believe I'm 70. That's still just messing with me.
That's beautiful.
Just an aside, I went to the doctor yesterday, and he had looked at the door with the chart, and he saw the age on there, and he came in the room. He said, I thought I was coming in the wrong room. You can't be having a birthday tomorrow in 70. He said, I wouldn't have given you more than 49. I said, oh, you're saying real nice. But I got it today too.
Because you don't look 70. That's so complimentary.
I get it all the time. So
Yeah.
I feel really good.
Beam.
Yeah, but what I liked about it was the authenticity of it. There was truth in your words. I like that you were able to do it as a lady, where I had difficulty at times doing that, but I see the reason for it, you know. And so in my next book, I've worked on that a little bit more.
Love you.
You know.
Yeah.
But just, you know, the thing about you being out of the country and having to go through so much with your ex.
Yeah.
And them not being there to protect you.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell all about the book, but when you needed them the most, they almost let you die.
Yeah.
You know, we have so much similar stuff.
Yeah. And that was just after we came back from Italy. So that was actually in New England when that went down, and it happened.
I can't hear you again.
You can't hear me, but that happened in New England. But you just dropped just enough juice.
Yep, so they can go after it. But that Pepito thing, Lord have mercy.
Punk under pretense, engaged as the one.
Perfect anagram for that.
Yeah, it heats me up. I had to bring the fan out. But the thing is, you know, it's a lot of undercover situations in relationships.
You never know until you get them home.
You don't.
They unwrap all the masks.
Right.
And all the bad stuff comes out.
You never know.
You know, but I'm glad you just like me, little but fierce. Don't ever underestimate a small woman.
Right. Very powerful.
Whether she be heavy like I am right now or skinny like I used to be.
Yeah.
It can take you down at 6'3".
That's right.
At 140 pounds.
That's right. That's right. It's power and being
fight
small.
for yourself.
And you do fight for yourself. And that's one of the analogies I use. That's why everybody's
love yourself.
Right. Love yourself first.
When you value yourself, when you learn to value yourself, everything becomes crystal clear.
It does.
Until you do that, there's no relationship on this earth that's going to work.
Exactly.
Until you love you first.
Period. Because you won't accept anything less than that.
It took me a very long time to get to that, but I finally got there.
I'm so happy.
So better late than never.
That's right. You got there. Mm-hmm. And then greater things are coming.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And your guest the other night, I can't remember her first name, Albright?
Selena.
Oh, mercy. Oh, I'd love to be a fly on the wall at her house.
She is amazing. I love her so much. She's like a sister.
Is her father? I was trying to think. Is he Gerald?
Gerald Albright is her father.
Is her dad? Mm-hmm. Oh, I listen to him all the time.
Yeah, legendary.
I used to listen to him all the time. My thing was jazz. When I read my poetry, it was with jazz musicians.
Exactly. We'll do something. So
I would love to get back to that again.
You are.
Sooner or later, yes, it's gonna happen.
You have to. You have too much poetry. It's too much poetry that you have that is requesting the music. And that was one of the things that you
Yeah.
brought up in the beginning when we first met. So it's just aligning with the right person that has the music that can marry
Yeah.
your poetry, and then it's born.
Right. But when you say poetry, some people think, oh, you're rhyming and all that.
No,
I am free form.
yeah,
Mine is just what comes out
out
of
of
my
the
heart
heart.
and my head.
Yeah,
And everyone that has heard it is right there in the space I put them in,
exactly.
hearing everything and feeling everything.
That's the
And I know
consciousness
that's a
piece.
gift
It is
from
a gift.
God.
It's the
It's not
consciousness
me.
piece. You have to have that. And it's only with discovering yourself that you understand it. And then you can speak
Yeah.
from it, because everything, every little minute thing becomes huge to us. And the way is described, it is like you're playing a movie reel and you're watching it in your mind as it's being read. And, you know,
Mhm.
with me, I write the way I talk. So just like you hear me speaking now, all of those little gestures that I may say, you know, sweet pea, booba-doo, or whatever I might call you,
Mhm.
Sparrow, that's how I write, because I don't want it to come off any other way, like you said, like authenticity. I want you to feel where
Okay.
I was hurt. I want you to imagine whatever I am painting the picture of. And writing from a memoir standpoint, it's great because we're living life every day, and the stories that I'm sharing are life intended. I'm just using myself and putting myself on display to help somebody else cross over and do what they need to do to make their lives better.
Just it's so amazing that when you tell your story, you open up the ability for someone else to tell theirs who've been bottling it up
Yeah,
forever.
yeah,
And when that light comes on with them, it's amazing, and that is something very, very special to get in the soul of somebody else who's been damaged,
hmm,
and that they trust you enough
right,
to give that to you.
right,
It puts you in a very, almost a fiduciary place where you're to be trusted with
right.
that nugget that they give you.
Yes, that's a big
And
deal.
you can't do anything to
Betray that.
undermine that,
Hmm.
you know,
Special
because
moments.
they're one of God's children too, and you got to protect them
Yeah,
when they weren't protected in the past.
right.
And just like I'm old, I still need protection.
Oh,
I get it
yes.
from God mostly,
Uh-huh.
but I still need some nurturing from time to time.
Right.
It's good to give it out, but sometimes even the giver has to
It's
receive
it's
it.
all about the restoration.
And you were saying earlier about how many hugs we needed a day.
Yeah,
And I said I
Tawana.
was malnourished.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah.
I am a hugger. I believe in hugs because that's transfer of energy. And I
Yeah.
recall when I worked for HP, there were people that I would pass in the hallways every day, or they would come to my desk. They'd find me because they needed a hug, because of the
Mm-hmm.
hugs that I give. And they'll say, well, it's because I need some energy right now. I need your
It's,
energy. And it's like, hey, honey, I need my own energy. But at the same time, I know what they're talking about. They just need that charge and the sincerity, and they know I mean it. When I give you a hug,
mm-hmm.
that's sincere.
It's nothing like a fake one. You know it
Right. A
immediately.
pat on the back and go.
It makes your skin crawl.
Yeah, I'll hold you real tight. I'll hold you real tight for a minute or so. And
Yeah.
then, you know,
Yeah.
until I can tell and then they can tell when to release. But it's all about that, because we do. We need hugs. We need human touch. That's sincere and real. It's
It's
important.
true.
Yeah.
I get most of mine from a cat, unfortunately,
Well, it's
but I'm
still
glad to have
love.
her.
It is love,
I'm glad to have her.
and it's
I
precious
have
love.
somebody to love.
Yeah. But I do thank
I've had her for
you.
20 years.
20 years, and keep loving her, because you never know how much time
20
we
years,
have.
yep, with two old ladies in the
Two
house.
old ladies that are fabulous. How about that?
Yep,
Okay, but
yep,
I
yep,
thank you
yep.
so much for you just being yourself, for you opening up and becoming sunshine to share yourself more than you have. and accepting,
Anytime.
and coming
Anytime for you,
on.
dear.
Yes, thank you. I
I
appreciate
hope we
that.
get to see each other face to face very soon.
I think that's
You're
going to
not that
happen.
far from me now.
That's true. That's true.
About 8 hours, maybe.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. In some way,
Yeah.
somehow, every person that has been sitting next to me right here on this show, I am destined to meet face to face. That's a guarantee.
Just look how we happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, a few more months, we'll be together a
A whole
year.
year. It'll be a whole
You know?
year. And that's what it's all
Yeah.
about. It's just
Very
connections
good.
around the world of people that you're destined to meet to make changes and, healing the hearts of others. And that's what we do with our
Well,
words.
you continue to be blessed
Thank you.
and completely fabulous.
Thank you.
And keep that smile on your face and send that sunshine all the way to Alabama
I sure shall.
so I can get a little piece.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love you, Patricia.
And you want me to give information about the book?
Yes, be sure to, when you drop out, put it in comments so it's in print and
Okay, for
everyone can get
those
it.
who are not going to find it there, it's Savoring Eden, A Journey of Personal Discovery. It's available on Amazon. The cost of the book is $20. If you would like an autographed copy, you can go to Savoring Eden on Cash App and send 25, and I will send you a personalized copy,
Great.
autographed copy.
Absolutely. Be sure to put that in comments again, okay?
Okay.
I love you,
And
doll.
also, I have my email address is savoringeden910@yahoo.com
Okay.
until I get the website.
Okay. That works.
So thank you. It's been such a pleasure.
You're
And I'm not going
welcome.
to keep on talking so if
Yes, you
somebody else wants to
will.
come
Yes,
in.
you will. But it's
So
okay. I
you
love you
you
that much.
push me off because you know I don't know how to stop it.
Hit your X.
So you disconnect me
I
when
I
you
can't.
can.
I can't.
Oh, I have
You
to
have
do
to
it?
drop out. You'll
Okay.
figure it
I'll
out.
try.
You can. You can do it, doll. Just hit that little X
All
there.
right.
Okay?
Oh, there's an X. Oh, I
Uh-huh.
see
You
it
see
now.
it?
All right, sweetheart. Have a good
Thanks, you
night.
too,
Love
Smooches.
you.
Love you. Ciao. Gotta love Patricia. Sparrows. Like I said, every show that I have had is on YouTube. So just go over to my page there, the Valerie Miller, and you will be able to find every show. I have the flyers that are created by Tiffany Williams of Williams Designs. She's all the way fabulous. I have to pay homage to Tiffany. That is my niece. She created the cover of my book. She creates everything that's graphics that I need. Everything. The child's mind is nuts. I'm telling you that. So creative. And just go over and view the shows, the beginnings. And I look at those shows now, I go back and I watch them and I crack up because I'm like, oh my gosh, Val, seriously. I crack up because I'm seeing the changes that are taking place within every show. The more I learn, the changes that are taking place, and all the things that I need to do to have a better show, a greater show, all of that, and the way technology is changing all the time, and the things that I'm learning, over the top grateful. I really and sincerely am. But like I said, I was going to ask another trivia question. How well do you know me? What happens every day at 2 o'clock? That's the question. If you know me, you know that. Veronica, don't you answer all these questions. I'm going to have to share some of these times and some of this. I'm giving away consultation time, or shall I say conversation time. I have conversations with my clients. It's just no different than the way you see me right now engaging with guests. Every session is pretty much just like this. It's all conversational. And we strategize together, we have solutions together, the whole nine. However, on this platform, I'm constantly sharing things about myself. So you know who it is that you are engaging with, who you're spending time with when you come into the room. So tell me this. What do I do every day at 2 p.m.? And whoever posting comments first with the answer. And Patricia drops out and she puts it in gratitude. 2 o'clock every day is gratitude time. Gratitude time is so important to me because I have to draw a fine line in the sand to have my quiet time with the Lord that I serve, my God, because it's my reset button. It's me showing appreciation to Him for all that He does for me every single day. If I'm blessed to wake up in the morning, I'm grateful. To be doing what I'm doing right now, I am grateful. It's a gift. I am blessed every day with this gift, and is evolvement taking place every single day. So 2 o'clock p.m. gratitude time, that's what I do. I know you probably have a gratitude time as well. I'm grateful all the time. When I wake up in the morning, when I lay down at night, all day long, I'm expressing gratitude. However, I come to a screeching halt at 2. That's my specific time. And if I'm with you, if I'm talking to you, it doesn't matter. Come 2 o'clock and all of my bells and whistles go off. I'm coming to a halt and I'm going to say, hey, it's 2 o'clock. And I have a jingle. Sometimes I sing this jingle. It's 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, gratitude time. And when that time comes, that's my reset. My time with the God that I have, my serve. And it's great to be grateful for everything. I was preparing for the show earlier this evening when I should have been in the back getting dressed or whatever. So, of course, you know, I'm at my sister's house in South Carolina while she's recovering. So I was just sitting here and writing out some of the trivia questions. I just put up the Toni Morrison post and an image of my book and just reflecting over so many things, all the great things that's happened in my life and all of the things that were horrific that Patricia made mention of, that, you know, you can't look at me and tell what I've been through, what I've gotten through. You know, I've been battered and bruised. My armor has all types of dents and cuts in it. I tell you that. But you can't look at me and tell. So I share these things in my writings. That's why I'm so all about gratitude, right? So that's why I do what I do, because I protect, I love on. It's all about you guys and what I can share with you that's going to make your life better at any given time. However, as I was preparing for the show, I just sat in here and my, who was it? One of my artists was on, the music was going, I'm in my feelings, I'm putting up these posts. I started crying. I sat here and wailed up and didn't want to make any snickering noises or anything. But my sister, she was, you know, came out of the bedroom and she saw me in here. She said, oh my God, what are you in here crying about? Do not get on that show tonight and start crying. That's what she said, because I am hashtag water bucket. That was my nickname growing up as a kid, because I cried all the time. Very empathetic, love everybody, every animal, everything, all the time, right? So that is my life. I will not change it for anything. I accept it. I adore myself because of it. I care very much. And just reflecting over my life, I just got caught up in the moment. And she so happened to catch me in the midst of it. But it's okay. I promise you I'm not going to break into tears tonight because I'm so excited. But there are moments when, you know, I reflect over my life and it's amazing the things that I have gotten through. It's amazing. And I wouldn't change one thing. Not one thing about it. Not one thing at all. So if you're interested in coming in, do not be shy about it. Come on in the room. Come on in. Send me an invite. Do that, please, ma'am or sir. Okay. I know John Hollis, I saw you in earlier. Did you send an invite? with this update to the phones, I'm not sure. Um, Sometimes all these extra buttons, I'm not sure about that. So I haven't seen um, quite a few of them who said they may be coming on. I think they did, but I was talking at the time with somebody else. So in the meantime, I'm just going to carry on, and I'm going to give you another bonus, another question out here. There is a watermark inside of the book. This is for just the people who have purchased the book, read the book, of course, How I Became Fabulous and a Lady All the Time. What is the watermark inside of the book? This is how well you know me. You've read the story, and you know part 2 is going to be coming out. I'm going to make this another part 2. That's going to be the bonus question if you know what the title is for the second book. And Veronica, I'm watching you. And I know you and Patricia know a lot of these answers, but I want to, make sure some other people, if you know it, definitely put it in comments. I want some engagement from you. Definitely drop it. However, both of you have now earned 30 minutes with me. So I strongly suggest you make the best of that 30 minutes. So whatever you want to have a session with me about, jot all your questions down and be prepared. You're going to have to go over to my Facebook page and schedule your 30 minutes with me. And then we're going to go ahead and hash it out and get that done. Okay? But I'm so grateful for everybody who's dropped in and out. It's been a number of people coming in. I can't be more excited or grateful for what you have done just for showing up. Like I said, I paid homage to Tiffany, then the virtual assistant that I had that now has moved to Mexico. That would be Gwen Asani. Gwen did so much for me before she left the country, and she's amazing. She's one of those people, and I would recommend her for anybody to work with. However, I'm going to be looking for a VA, soon. There's going to be some other people I'm going to have to connect with as well to make my life easier, because I'm still in that phase of doing everything myself, and it is taxing. So I do accept the fact that I cannot do all of this by myself. It's just too many layers to me and things that I need to get done. And it's always better to do it with my Sparrow squad. And it just consisted of Tiffany Williams of Williams Design. Reach out to Tiffany if you need any graphics done. Reach out to her because she's all the way amazing. And I'm not saying that because she's my niece. I'm saying that because she's truly a genius. And if you look at the flyer that she made for today's show, she made that just blind. And that was God guiding her, because what she shared and put on there with those palm trees. I love palm trees. However, taking it back to scripture, yeah, palm trees, they represent victory and triumph. And of course, Jesus going into Jerusalem and how they use that to fan them. So that was a big deal. She didn't even put all of that together. But when I saw it, that's what came to mind for me. And these are the stories that I share on Wisdom Wednesday, because of tragedy to triumph situations, and how these individuals are taking their tragedies and turning them into soaring situations because of the businesses that they create for themselves and working for themselves. So little did she know what she was creating when she made that flyer for me to put up on my timeline today. So kudos to Tiffany. And as far as Gwen does so much. She is a phenomenal person, great heart, risk taker, and she's just genius in mind. And she has gotten to know me so well to where she knew what to put in place for me for times when I couldn't even think about these things for myself. So it's going to be very hard to find somebody to outdo what she did. I'm not saying that there isn't somebody who can, because I know there are. It's just me connecting with them. I didn't have to look for anybody because she found me, just like I've met everybody else along the way in some chat room or some website that I'm on, a group that I'm in, or something networking. That's how I really connect with a lot of people. It's all due to a hashtag at times. So hopefully, actually, I'm not even going to say hope. I know for a fact that the right people that are supposed to align with me to get the things done for all of these platforms I have, for these shows, because they're growing in countless ways that I can't even begin to describe. So all I can say is thank God for all he does every day. And I'm just grateful he's chosen me to do the things that I'm actually doing. However, it's tough sometimes, when you have to create a path for something that is something out there similar, but it's not specifically the way that it's given to you to do. And you have to put forth the effort, and you be smiling, you accept it the whole way through. And it's fearful at times. However, you know me, I turn fear into fabulous, or and just make it fantastic. That's what I do, because I am not defeated at all. And as many times people call me stubborn, and it's not that I'm stubborn because, I'm just so determined in that thing. It's just that I know what my instructions are, and I just know what I'm doing. It was told for me to do, and I'm going to do that. Because if I ever put my own spin on it, it's just not going to work. It's not. So that's all I want to say about that right now. So nobody knows what the watermark is on the pages of my book. Nobody has put that in comments just yet. I'll give you a clue. I'll give a clue. I call you it all the time. All the time. It's a giveaway. However, I'm going to skip it for right now and see if someone can get it later on. Okay, what about this? What is my main company name? I'll talk about that too. I will give you an underlying clue on that. It's an LLC because TVM is not my main company. Diane, you got it. Sparrow. Yeah. Yes, I have a sparrow watermark on each and every page because I want you to be reminded that you're a sparrow, and sparrows are not valued for much. They're not. You can in the Bible, you could buy 5 sparrows for a penny. 5 sparrows for 1 cent. That's how lowly in value that they were prized. And you can read about sparrows. I always go back to Luke 12:6. So if you go and read that, it gives you an indication of how lowly and lack of value that man determines a sparrow to be. However, with God, we are all valued priceless. And so if God can care for the birds of the sky, and in that particular scripture is the sparrow, why on God's green earth would he not care for us? So that's why I'm so adamant about that. And just learning of sparrows, being an 8-year-old girl in Bible study with my dad. So I heard about sparrows, fell in love with them, and they've just always been in the back of my mind ever since. And I use it. And little did I know, I started using it so long ago. And what I didn't know was that I was branding myself. And didn't realize it until somebody else brought it to my attention. Like, Valerie, I absolutely love your brand. And I respond by saying, I don't have a brand. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And yeah, I was branding myself because everything I do is personalized. Everything is personalized. And I'm grateful for that. My businesses are personalized. Interior design, personalized. TVM and all of the programs that I have, personalized. And you hear me mention about excursions and things like that. And you're going to hear more about those. I have them. They're prepared. They're ready. I just haven't received the green light to release them yet. However, it'll be this week. I'm going to go ahead and drop them out there, you know. But it's so many things that is taking place in my life, and I'm just grateful for them. Grateful for them. It's all about timing, and being a sparrow. Just know that you are protected, you are loved, you are guided, you are cared for. You just need to know that. And it takes you having that relationship with God or your higher power to know just how protected and loved you are. You're not in this world by yourself. You don't have to do it by yourself. Get the help you need because you are guided. And in essence, with what I do as a conscious lifestyle strategist, I'm guiding you to where you need to be so you can be introduced to yourself. And that's only when you discover what your birthright gifts are, the thing that you were literally created to do and be. And if you're not doing that, you're not living yet. Because once you tap into yourself and become who you were supposed to be from birth, then you'll understand how powerful that is. And I'm so grateful to be in that midst of moments every single day and figuring it out as I go. Figuring it out. But I am being guided just like you are, but it's understanding and being conscious in the midst of it all to understand how blessed you sincerely are. Right? Okay, so now I have 3 people that I owe sessions to. And that's going to be fun, Diane, because you have your business and everything. I've been waiting to talk to you about your business. And I'm pretty sure that's probably what you're going to be wanting to talk about. But we can get a whole lot done in 30 minutes. And in the back of my mind, I know what Patricia will want to talk about and Veronica too. So I'm going to keep putting these questions out there to see just how well you know me. And if you've read the book and what you recall from the book and things that stands out to you that you remember about me. Coz, how are you? Welcome to the room. We haven't chatted in a while, and I miss having those quick combos with you. So I'm going to give another one. Something that's going to make you think a little bit. I won't do that to you. How many chapters are in the book? It's a 2-part. How many chapters are in the book? And what is my son's name? What's his name? Because the book is in essence about him. How I changed because of losing him. What's his name? And how many chapters are in the book? I will be cracking up if you get both parts. Nobody answered what the main company name is also. So my umbrella is my LLC, and there's other companies like TVM that falls underneath Adorn. It's some other ones you're going to be hearing about later. And I almost said the actual name of it. I have a page right here on Facebook, and that's where my interior design falls. That's where my herbal cosmetics fall up under my main company name. Hi, Trish. Welcome to the room, cousin. But again, like I said, it's Diane, 43 chapters, and Nicholas. Okay, Diane, you've earned an hour. We've got a whole lot of strategy that we can do in an hour's time. And a whole lot of time. Okay. Okay, Shatavia, welcome to the room. However, 43 chapters is a lot to write in a book. Just know that they're not long. It's only 243 pages in the book, right? Only 243. And then there were 40 chapters, like I was talking with Patricia a little while ago, 40 chapters I didn't even use. So somewhere in the future, those chapters will be utilized someplace, somehow. I'll be using them. I'm actually excited about it. I have so much footage, and that's why it's been tough for me with book number 2, putting all of the pieces together, because I don't want the book to be ridiculously long, because if it's too long, it's going to be hard, for someone to consider it an easy read. And I feel like with this first book, How I Became Fabulous and a Lady All the Time, it was a perfect size. the perfect size, an easy read. So in my mind, once I can clear it a little bit more, then I'll be able to make the adjustments and put the pieces of the puzzle together and finish the book. But I need to be as passionate about completing it as I was with the first one. And right now, with so many other things going on, I'm not giving it the love that it deserves to have, even though I'm still putting some things together. And I'm working on gratitude time also, every single day. If you notice those posts on the timeline, you see the sparrow. It's different sparrows that you're going to see because there are different species of sparrows, just like there are different species of people and animals and whatever. So everybody is not the same. So you're going to see that picture of a sparrow and gratitude time for, or gratitude time, like I haven't even written it for today, but every single day, every weekday, I write a post on gratitude time and what I'm grateful for on that day. I'll choose something I'm grateful for and I'll write an article on it on my LinkedIn. And then I just share it to Facebook. I share it to Twitter. So I'm going to do something different with that also. I think I'm going to start reading them live on my Instagram and just doing that. So to have some footage of those also, it's just all about building content for me right now. But that gratitude time, those posts that I make every single day are going to end up being a book at the end of the year. That's why I'm doing that. So in 2020, I will be releasing 2 books in the same year. So I don't want to rush either of them. So the writing every day is taking place for gratitude time. At the end of the year, it'll be complete. So it's about binding it up and that's it. Putting it out to the public at that point to encourage, to be more grateful, to be inspired, to be grateful for something every single day. And it'll make life so much easier. However, as far as book number 2, and if you know the title of book number 2, drop it in comments. I have revealed it. So book number 2 will be coming out also in 2020. And that was my goal in 2017 when I released How I Became Fabulous in the Lady All the Time. My goal was to release those other 40 chapters that I had as book number 2. But what I didn't know is higher power had a different plan. And it's so much juice have taken place since then. But all that juice won't reveal until book 3. Yeah, when I start talking about the sensational 7, the magnificent 7 that I wrote about, I kind of just made an introduction in How I Became Fabulous in the Lady All the Time with the misters. And yeah, I'm going to break down all the detail of the misters in book number 3, the love lessons. So it's a 3-part trilogy to my story. How I Became Fabulous in the Lady All the Time, my layers, my stories, my song, you know. And book number 2, yeah, that's the acceptance of it all. It's the reality of the first, acceptance of the second, and love lessons in the third. So yeah, it's been some events that took place over in the past year that, yeah, surprising. Very, 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 very juicy. Very juicy. I will say that. So you have to pump your brakes and hold tight until book number 3. So number 2 is going to be juicy enough to carry. And in the meantime, there will be gratitude time as well, because we all need to have something that we're grateful for. It's so juicy, I've gotten hot and I'm starting to shine because that moment has come and I need to just fan and cool myself right back off. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful. Thank you for everyone who has participated and come into the room, whether if you dropped in, dropped out, because I know 2 hours, I felt like it was necessary to have a 2-hour time frame to give opportunity for those who had the time to come in and drop in, or if you could call, or whatever the case was. Because it's unscripted, I just let things flow as it needs to flow and just wanted to have ample time to do that. And guess what? Time is kind of tickling right on away. And I'm not sure if you can hear the music or not because I do not own the rights. to any of the music that I have been playing this whole time. However, we've got a total of 27 minutes remaining. So, Marie Gardner, happy birthday. Happy birthday today, darling. I'm so glad that you dropped into the room so I could personally say happy birthday. And I know I tagged you into inspiration from this morning with all of the fluff and that, but I'm grateful to have you here. You are such a joy to have in my life. You really are. You really are. But back to topic and just reflecting over so much that has taken place in my life. And oh my gosh, it's so hot, y'all. And so much has taken place to where all I can do is be grateful. I'm grateful all the time. And you hear me talk about it. You see it in my posts. It's streaming up and down my timeline because, today is September 11th. So many people woke up on September 11, 20 plus years ago, full of life, excited, living their lives, left home, doing the things that they planned to do that day and never made it back home. Never made it back home. And went to airports and got on airplanes because they had destinations and journeys and places where they were headed and never made it, because of cruelty and evil and hatred in the world. So when things like that takes place in the world, and then we're grateful in those midst of moments, be that because we woke up this morning, we left and we went about our days and we made it back home safely. Just to be able to do those types of things every single day. Don't forget the beauty in every day. The little things are the most grateful. And I just wanted to say that, that 9/11, it still strikes a chord. I don't care how long ago it was. It changed the lives of so many people. And I'm just constantly pray for the people that are still struggling with their losses. And I know how that feels, definitely losing my son, and not just that, losing 3 kids, losing 3 and still have a reason to smile, have a reason to get out of the bed in the mornings, and nearly dying myself. And, Patricia kind of made, a remark in regards to it, but you have to read the story. But, when I get enough people who have read the story, I will do a Q&A. I will do a private back room. I will do a speaking event. I will do whatever I need to do when it comes to that, because it's necessary to talk about it, and how I did what I did and why I did what I did and what I was feeling like at the moment. Because if I didn't have my relationship with God, I promise you I wouldn't be here right now. Because, you're put in situations and you think you know somebody and you marry them. Oh my God. And then the truth reveals. And I'm like, man. And not just where I could get to my family and my friends or whatever. I'm moved away. I'm in another country. And then to get back here into the United States, and then drama happens. So, it's different things that changes trajectory of your life. It makes you grow up. It causes you to become a person you never knew that you would have to become in the midst of situations in life. And that's not only my story, it's so many other people's story in this world. It's so many other people's story. However, I was coerced to write mine. When God said write, I didn't have any idea of what I was going to write about, because there's so much juicy things that has taken place that I sometimes share and sometimes I don't. More times than not is with my family and extremely close friends. However, other than that, I don't really verbalize or talk about it a whole lot. So to put my life in a book and share that to the world, and now that's spun off into a business, for myself, TVM, personal branding, being an entrepreneur, working with entrepreneurs, other coaches, authors, you name it. Whoever you see on this platform, it's because of what I am. It's just mirroring what I already do, and not just sitting here week after week and being the only person that's sharing information with you. It's going to be, important to bring other people on, to bring, and spotlight some experiences of theirs as well. And that's why I work with entrepreneurs and self-published authors and interior designers, influencers, all the people in the community, the list goes on and on. Whatever I feel led to do, or the people that reach out to me, and having discernment of who's going to come on and who's not, and who's going to be beneficial to the Sparrows. That's all I think about. Who's going to say the right thing, do the right thing, be the right thing that can help somebody somewhere who needs to hear what's being shared in the room. That's it's going to be vital. And October 15 is just around the corner, and I'm going to be doing a balloon release for Nicholas, Taylor, Christian, and Mallory, who was the hoped for that never came. So these are my kids, and that's where Rainbows has come to life, and it has been for many years. Last year, Tiffany and I went out to Freedom Park and we released balloons, and I have video footage of that, of course. Again, I had it here live on Facebook. However, it's also on my YouTube channel. So on October 15, you're going to hear more and more as the time gets closer to that, to have a remembrance for children that are lost, stillborn, SIDS, or however you have lost a child. I'm going to be having a special event, and it will be live broadcast in honor of children lost. And that will be via Rainbows. So needless to say, I have quite a few things going on, and trying to keep up with it all by myself is difficult to do, but it's being done. And when the time comes and I need to bring on some other reinforcement to help out, I will be doing that also. So that's why I had to push book number 2 that no one put the title of in comments just yet. So I'll just go ahead and tell you, Sparrow Unleashed. So when Sparrow Unleashed comes out, being bold, being brave, being fierce comes out, and then it's going to be gratitude time as well next year. So it's quite a few irons in my fire. However, each and every one will come to fruition. And just like we're celebrating 1 year of Wisdom Wednesday, and it all started with my book. It all started with this book right here, because I felt like it was time. When God said you're going to go Facebook Live, and I was all pushing back with that. I was. However, I did it. I did it. I'm grateful that I did it. And doing it, businesses are coming to life, foundations are coming to life, and being able to reach people that I never thought I would reach in a lifetime has now come to life. And I want to say thank you again, a million times over, to every single Sparrow that continually comes into this room every single week in support of what I'm doing, whether it's Wisdom Wednesday, whether if it's Matters of the Heart Monday, whether if it's inspiration, this very moment inspirations every morning, every weekday morning. I'm grateful for that, because trust me when I tell you, it's a purpose for it. It's a reason behind it. And it's not about me. However, I do it for you, because I don't know who's going to catch me at any given time. But I know I'm going to give you my all, and I only speak from what I know and personal experience, and giving you the juice. And it's all about serving. And as I always say, you can sip on it, you can gulp it, as long as you ingest it. That's what's important, that we change every day. It's not feasible to live life and evolve in so many ways and not completely change. Your voice change, your speech change, your relationships change. You gain new relationships, and there are some that you have to say goodbye to. You have to do that when you're growing. And then you get surprises and hiccups throughout your day. These are things that cause you to change. stepping out of your comfort zone, doing things that you're not used to doing, giving up on those things that are familiar. If you, like I mentioned before, that collage I put on my timeline last night, have you changed, or are you comfortable and familiar? And the different looks of the pictures that you have, and taking your collage of pictures and putting them together, post them on my timeline under that particular post, because behind every picture frame you have a story. And have you changed because of your stories? Have you grown over the periods of time? Have you become greater because of your life evolvement? Those types of things. So TVM, the Valerie Miller, is a double part. And I always say double fold. It also means this very moment you have opportunity to change. How are you going to change today? How are you going to change this very moment? Because that's an opportunity that we all have. And of course, it's a choice. We all have a choice to change, or we can remain the same. It's up to you. However, you want the greatest in life, you want to be introduced to yourself, you want to become greater in yourself, connect with the people that can get you there, love yourself enough to change in places where you need to change. And if you're having any drama or any discomfort in your life that continues to happen over and over and over, it's a repetitive cycle, those are the reflections of things that needs to be changed. You can't continue to ignore them and do nothing about them. So for those of you who have been privy to Win Time with me, Diane, Di, Kelly, hey, she's earned an hour. Veronica Morris, 30 minutes. Patricia Woolfolk, 30 minutes. And those are conversations that you get to have with me just because you've been spending time with me in the room and you've gotten to know me. Now, Diane and Pam, of course, Veronica, you guys have known me for a very long time. Patricia is new. However, it's quite a few people that I have met. There have been nuggets that I've shared throughout my broadcast for the past year and before that. So many thanks. And I look forward to you guys scheduling. I'll reach out to you to go ahead and we can have, some things put on the book and take care of your winnings. However, if you're interested in the book, you can find it on Amazon. You can find it on Barnes and Nobles. If you want to be someone who just want a PDF copy, the first 3 people who put "I'd like a PDF copy" with your email address, put it in comments. I'll send you a PDF copy of the book. The only thing is, once you receive it and you read it, I'm going to give you an ample amount of time to read the book. And then you are to go over to Barnes and Noble and write a review. So if you haven't read it, you want to read it, the first 3 people, the first 3, with your email address and say, "I agree to write a review on Barnes and Nobles," then I will send it to you. I'll send it to you. It's got to have some form of an exchange here. But the main thing is I want to get copies of this book into the hands of any and everybody who needs to read it. It's the toughest thing in the world to be vulnerable and share your life and face the facts of things of where you're bruised and broken and it needs to be repaired. It's not easy to do that. And it takes someone bold and it takes a class act to face your fears and become fierce in them. Because you have to let it go because you're not able to soar until you let it go. Accept what is, okay? Let go of the things that you can not change at all. And know that tomorrow is going to be greater, okay? That's what I am saying to you. It's been a wonderful 2 hours, and I'm over the top thrilled. Again, Vanetta Bracey, vocalist Jay Lynn, thank you for coming into the room. I appreciate you guys for all you do, for your consistency, for your views, for spending time with me. And hopefully you're taking something, some nuggets away with every view. So whichever show was your favorite, tell me what you want to hear more about, who the types of conversations that you'd like to see on TVM, whether if it's Wisdom Wednesday and Matters of the Heart, or even some situations as far as inspiration that you may need in the mornings. Don't hesitate. Drop it in comments. Shoot me a messenger note, and I will take those into consideration. That's real talk. All right. So we're 10 of 9 right now, and I have literally talked myself tired. I have talked myself tired, but take this away. I love you that much. You will continue to see some new things. There's going to be some shifts taking place as of October 1st. And I'm excited about that because, like I said, anytime you learn and you're growing, it's impossible to remain the same. So changes are taking place with this platform. And as I can grow it and make it better, I'm going to do that. And it's all for my sparrows. Okay? It's all for you. I love you that much. And great grace and gratitude again for all that you do. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I don't think there's anybody else that's going to come on tonight that's going to take it out. But that's the gist. That's all the juice. Okay? I am Valerie Miller of TVM, the Valerie Miller Double Fold. This very moment, you have opportunity to change. I am an author. I'm an interior designer. I am an herbal cosmetic. Gosh, herbalist. It's just all of those juicy things. And Visions is my company name, Visions LLC. And I do have another page here on Facebook. However, I'm going to have to bring some of that juiciness back when it comes, especially with the herbal cosmetics, within the virtual interior design. There's so many layers to me. And all of them I love sincerely. If I didn't love them, I wouldn't do them. And that's the benefits and the blessings of being an entrepreneur. You can do all the things that you love and you're not working. I don't consider this working, what I'm doing. I am working, but I don't view it as working because I'm doing all the things that I absolutely love. The benefits are every job I've ever had in my life has prepared me for what I'm doing right now. Every single job I've ever had. So that's how I know that all of my steps have been ordered, is orchestrated, and just having that relationship with my God and having that freedom to have that comfortable conversation with Him whenever I need to has directed my wind to where I'm sitting. I can be anywhere I want and do what I love, and that's a gift within itself. So in order to be introduced to yourself, you have to be willing to accept the realities of things that you need to unfold, unveil, be vulnerable and transparent in it. Do that. Do it for yourself. Love yourself enough to be a blessing to yourself, to grow and become who you were intended to be in this life. Okay? That's all the juice I have for you right now, my sparrows. That's all the juice I have for you tonight. I love you for a lifetime. So treat yourself to something amazing. Continue to be your amazing self. If you should ever need help, I'm only a phone call away. I'm only a comment away. Reach out. Do that. And I'm here for you. So I've served you your juice. Sip on it. Gulp it as long as you ingest it. And on that note, I'm going to say love without conditions, always possess a positive attitude, and soar in all you do. I love you, mean it. Smooches. And cheers to year number 2, number 3, 4, and 5, however many years that God allows me to sit in front of this camera to do whatever that needs to be done, because it's going to continue to evolve. It's going to get bigger and it's going to get greater, and I'm excited about it. And I remember each and every one of you because you've been a part of it from the beginning. And I am grateful. Let's continue to rock it out. And that's all I got. That's all I got, Sparrows. Have a wonderful night, a beautiful, blessed day tomorrow. And of course, I'll be on first thing in the morning with some inspirational juice. Okay? Have a wonderful night. I love you. Smooches.